Hello and welcome, Oakman High School, Oakman, Alabama. Your Wildcats moved to a record of 6-2, 5-1 in region play this past week. We move on to another game, another home game this week. It's Tarrant week here on Go Wildcats. All right, Coach, coming off a great victory this past week over Vinemont, beat them by a score 28-6. And a lot of good that you saw on the field. Tell us quickly, kind of recap from the game.
Yeah, first of all, I was extremely proud of our players and coaches and, the response they had to adversity, with the injuries we had the previous week and just coming to work on Monday and continue the process of just trying to get better each week. And we've been on that mantra since the Winfield game. Just each week is just focus on improvement and no matter what happens, just continue to focus on that. And I felt like our players and coaches did a fantastic job of doing that. And of course, it was a big win in a region game. And as we always say, all those region games are big. But, to do it and secure a home playoff game in the first round and a second place finish in this region is really a good thing for our community and our program and our all the people that support the Wildcats.
Awesome, very good. Tough matchup with the way they run the ball and their commitment on offense. Tell us just kind of about the units, how they looked, and specific players that stood out for us.
Yeah, I think when you play in a game like that, obviously the possessions are going to be limited and you got to maximize every opportunity you get with the football. I think, and this is kind of a crazy statistic, but they ran 68 plays on offense and we ran 26. So when you look at the disparity in that it can cause you. Last year we went up there and it was the same scenario, and the game ends up 14-14 in the fourth quarter, and you get in overtime and get beat. And so what they do makes it difficult for you, and you got to take advantage of every opportunity you get. And I felt like we did a better job of that Friday night. But defensively, we played obviously at a high level. I don't know how many yards they had. But we limited the big play, and our front played really good and caused a lot of problems for them up there. Our players of the game were A.J. Odom. A.J. played, I think he had 2 sacks and just played with a really high motor all night and probably played more offensive snaps Friday night too than he had all year. So, really proud of his effort. And Aiden Martin's kind of an unsung guy. He's our will linebacker that, you don't hear about him a lot, but he just fits in there and makes plays, and we're really proud of him. And so, defensively as a whole, I thought the unit played extremely well, and our coaches did a phenomenal job of putting together a game plan against a tough opponent, tough scheme. And then offensively, I felt like we took advantage of the opportunities we had, and the run game was, as it's been improving over the last 3 to 4 weeks, Caden has just given us a boost in that. And Caden was one of our offensive players of the year. He had 14 carries for right at 220 yards and 3 touchdowns, and just several explosive runs, several third down runs that kept it going. And then Nick Hanley was our other co-offensive player of the week, and he did a good job of getting us in the right calls and there's some checks we had in the run game that he did a good job of getting us in. And then our Do the Work award, which we give every week to a player who practices the right way and really works hard and then gets rewarded for it on Friday night, was JoJo Odom. And JoJo's a 9th grader that's taking on a lot more roles. He's playing on a lot of special teams, and he played a lot of O-line. Trey was on and off the field. That's another thing we had to deal with Friday night was Trey was a little bit under the weather, and he played a ton of snaps and gutted it out, but JoJo had to get in there and play a little bit and did a phenomenal job. So just proud of all the units and all 3 phases. I thought we played sound, and obviously we got to continue to improve throughout the rest of the year, but really excited about where we were at Friday night.
JoJo got the fun 2-point conversion pass from his brother. That's a memorable moment, I'm sure, for.
Yeah, we drew it up like that. We wanted to fake it and fumble it and then pick it up and throw it back to a lineman and let him run it in. But anyway, JoJo's athletic, for a big kid, and it's just awareness. I don't know why Bubba threw the ball to. I don't know. It just
heady enough to get behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah,
just worked out that way. But really unique, neat play, and I was happy for him to get excited and get it in there in the end zone.
That's great. All right, so our attention now turns to Tarrant. Tarrant Wildcats will be hosting this coming Friday night, 7:00 p.m. here at H.D. Collins Field. What are some keys about that game?
Yeah, I think the first thing is we got to continue to get better in the areas that we need to improve. And the run game's got to continue improving. And they got 2 big old linemen on defense. Number 56 is one of them that can cause you some problems. He's real disruptive. He's about a 315-pounder, and And so we've got to do a good job there. And, you know, our receivers that are now in the rotation, we got to continue to develop them and you know, just little things that they've got to learn, who to block on different run plays, route adjustments and things like that they've got to do a better job of improving on. And then defensively, we've got to limit their big plays. They've got big play capability. Obviously, they have some skill and some guys on the perimeter that can score the ball. And so we'll have to do a good job of keeping them in front of us and you know, play a complete game. And that's kind of the goal. We're just still searching for that complete, perfect game, and we'll always be on that search. So, you know, hopefully we'll take one step closer to that Friday night.
All right, that's great. Be sure you continue watching as we'll have an alumni spotlight, and also Coach will continue to break down some film for us from this past week's game. We're here with an alumni spotlight today. We're with Brian Deal, 1990 graduate of Oakman High School. Brian, thank you for taking the time to join us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us quickly just about your experience growing up here in the area, playing football here at Oakman. Just kind of tell us what we should know more about that time here.
Well, it was very special. Oakman's a special place. I, you know, consider calling Oakman home everywhere I've been all over the country. So, lived right up the street from it. Knew all teammates. You know, worked out together. Played ball, football, basketball, baseball. It was the same villain, so to speak, that played all three. So it's very special here. Oakman's a great place. You always come back and you see old friends and family and everything else. It's just one, you know, warming community. So it's very special, and I get back just as much as I can.
All right, very good. After graduating here, went on to college at Alabama, but that also included time with the football team. Tell us just a little bit about those successes and great memories from that time.
It was a little rocky at first, but you know, once after my freshman year, went to a bowl trip down in I think it was Fort Lauderdale, and then after that we went to Sugar Bowl. My first year to start Sugar Bowl, and then had the Gator Bowl, then had the Citrus Bowl. So even though that, you know, we were playing or whatever, you know, if we had an off week, which we didn't really like, but it was tougher that week. So we'd have an off week. We'd actually come back. I'd brought one of my Bama teammates up here back when, probably 93, 94, somewhere in that range. And then actually came up here and watched them practice and stuff like that. Came to the game. So then we went back that Sunday morning. So
I got you. Well, very good. And I'm sure most of us are aware, but that time in Tuscaloosa and with a little hardware after the 92 season, of course, and we continue to look back on that fondly, and then got a little bit of a chance to go try it out in the pros a little bit, right?
Yeah, it was, you know, after my time at Alabama, you know, you know, and what really helped was, in my opinion, is, you know, playing here, getting to play all three sports, really helped develop different aspects for, you know, one position or whatever in college.
Sure.
You know, you get different skill set from baseball, basketball, and football, but if you've got a little bit of skill set from either one of them, it'll make all three of them easier, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So, and that helped out a lot here. As far as being Alabama, yeah, it was a great time, and man, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I got drafted at New York, made it to the final cut, and then after that, the following year, I went to Indianapolis, and they were going to sign me that Wednesday. In the previous weekend, they had some injuries, so I said, you know what, I can't chase it forever. So
I got you. I understand. So thankful to hear about all that. Now let's just kind of wrap up to where you're at in life now, and especially kind of any memories or influences from your time here at Oakman, your time in athletics. How has that prepared you to be the husband, the father that you are?
Well, actually, I married my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
She graduated the year behind me in '91, so we've been married to be 24 years next month. We have two amazing kids, beautiful. One's at Shelton State, and the other one's in 4th grade, so we sort of had a built-in babysitter there.
There you go.
Late in life. So we live in Jasper now, and like I said, we come back, you know, as often as we can here to Oakman.
Sure. All right. Well, Brian, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today. Thank you for all you have meant and continue to mean to the Wildcats here, and we appreciate all that you continue to do.
Well, I thank you for the opportunity. I always enjoy coming back, and go Wildcats.
We're really proud of the kids and the effort that they gave Friday night, and it was a big win at 28-6 over a tough, hard-nosed Vinemont football team that we have a ton of respect for the way they play, and they make it tough on you because of how they control the ball and control the clock. And really excited to come out there with a win. We'll look at a few highlights. This is early in the game right here, and really they're moving the ball down the field, and they move it so methodically. It's just play after play, and we get a big interception right here. This is, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you got Sean Douglas widening into the flat. Does a good job of playing off the block, recognizing pass, dropping into a zone, and he's just right there for the pick. So that was that kind of stalled a drive out for him. What I want to show you here is what they're trying to do a lot of times offensively. They're just trying to pull as many people as they can to the point of attack. So you're going to see right here, they're going to pull a ton of people. See, they pull guard, blocking back, tight end, and they're pulling them all over there. And what we're able to do a good job of is penetrating through the backside. You're going to see our backside defensive tackle and linebackers. They're going to run through gaps, boom, and get in the backfield and make tackles. Okay, and that's how you have to attack that. You got to win at the point of attack, and we do a good job. So you can see if they would have got that ball over there on the play side, if they would have got this ball over here on the play side to the right, up at the top of the screen, they got a lot of blockers out there in front, okay? But we're able to run it down from the backside and make a great play. Here's a little sweep. Again, they're pulling people up there to the left, trying to get as many out there on the perimeter as they can. We do a good job, again, of running through. That's Aiden Martin right there with an outstanding job of just running through the gap, getting a hand on the ball carrier, and then AJ finishing it off on the front side with a tackle. Okay? And AJ won a lot of one-on-one blocks. You can see him up there at the top of the screen. He just fits off the block and makes the tackle. Again, this is AJ at the top of the screen, and you'll see him right here on the counter play. See him pulling the counter. They're pulling guys up top to kick him out. He just whips the kick out block. Boom, takes on the block, gets inside of it, and fits on the ball carrier. So great job by him. Here's late in the game. Excited. This is Tyler Thomas again. 8th grader playing really good this year for us. Goes up and makes a pick right here and then runs it back. Does a great job of gaining yardage from the defensive side. A lot of guys out in front of him trying to block for him. Thought he'd score right here, but just kind of got in the middle of some guys and got ran down. But a big pick. Really excited for him. Flip it over to offense. Hey, here's one of our early touchdowns. We're just running the power play. Okay, we're going to pull, kick. Caden gets up in there inside, makes the guy miss, and then scores the ball from about 45 yards. Really good play. Another long run right here. Again, it's power. Caden shows some good patience right here and lets the block set up. Finally gets the little crease and hits it. And then once he gets in there, he does a good job of getting it north and south. Again, just a good explosive play. You see a lot of inside runs. Here's the 7 play, so this is our counter play. Looks like power for a second, then we hand it off going back. Pull Bubba through. Bubba makes a great block right there. Watch the quarterback. Watch Bubba, after the clap, go through and pick up a key block. Boom, right there. And then Caden splits it. Does what he does best at the end of the run, make guys miss, and gets it in the end zone. Another long run. This is AJ. This is a 3rd and short here, where we're trying to get the first down. We're going to run, this is out of our monster package, all our big people in, blocking everybody down, pulling 2 people. AJ gets up in there, runs through 1 tackle, another, and then breaks it out and turns it into an explosive play, a 36-yard gain. So a big run right there on a 3rd and short play. What we did here was we brought our tight end over. So you can see we only have a guard on the back side of the play. There's just 1 lineman, so we got all our people to the left right here and kind of thin them out. And then we're just going to overload it on the sweep. And Sean Douglas does a good job of getting outside with blockers in front and then scoring the ball for the touchdown. Another power play, Caden getting the ball in the end zone on the power for a 7-yard touchdown. Just again, a lot of power in this game. We felt like we had a huge advantage running inside the tackles. We do a good job of getting the ball in the playmaker's hand and letting him get it in the end zone there. So really proud of the effort, and guys bounced back from some adversity, and you can see on the tape there, we had a lot of guys playing with a lot of effort. Good job all the way around in all phases of the game.
Thank you so much for watching today. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. here at Oakman as your Wildcats face off against Tarrant. Coach?
Go Wildcats.